This lesson is on the commutative property of addition. The commutative property simply means that when you add two numbers together, if you flip those numbers and put them in two different places, you get the same answer. When we look at this first problem here that says 2 plus 4 equals 6, and then we look at the problem below it, we flipped the 2 and the 4 and we made it 4 plus 2. And as you can see, you still get the answer 6. So the answer to 2 plus 4 is 6, and the answer to 4 plus 2 is 6. When you flip the two numbers, you get the same answer. Let's look at another one. This one here says 3 plus 6 equals 9. 3 plus 6 equals 9. Now let's see what happens when we flip those two numbers. So what we would do would be to start with 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, plus 3, 1, 2, 3. All we did was flip the two numbers. So instead of 3 plus 6, we now have 6 plus 3. And we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We get the same answer. We get 9 and 9. Let's look at another one. This one says 3 plus 5 equals 8 at the top. 3 plus 5 is equal to 8. Now let's see what happens when we flip those. So here we would do 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus 3, 1, 2, 3. 5 plus 3 equals 8 as well. We still get the same answer. Let's look at some more. The answer to 4 plus 2 is 6. Now we could flip those two numbers on the top. Instead of 4 plus 2, they would become 2 plus 4, and we still get the same answer. The answer is still 6. 7 plus 1 is 8. If we flip the 7 and the 1, we get 1 plus 7, and the answer is still the same. The answer is 8. Let's try some more. We know that 5 plus 4 is 9. So if we flip those two numbers, now we have 4 plus 5 equals 9. We know that 3 plus 6 is 9. And if we flip the 3 and the 6, we get 6 plus 3, and that's equal to 9 also. Now let's look at some rows of problems and see if we can identify which ones have the commutative property. Remember, that just means that you flip the two numbers and get the same answer. Well, if we look here, we have 1 plus 5. Is 1 plus 5, can you flip that to be 4 plus 1? No, you can't, because the numbers aren't both the same. The 1's the same, but the 5 and the 4 are different. Now look at this one down here. We flipped those two numbers and we get the same answer. 1 plus 5 is 6, and 5 plus 1 is 6. So these two would show the commutative property. Let's look at the next row. Well, I see we have 3 plus 6 here, and I see if we flip those two numbers, we'd have 6 plus 3. The answer is 9. The answer is 9. Let's look at the next row. We have 7 plus 2, and I see if we flip those two, we get 2 plus 7. 7 plus 2 is 9, and 2 plus 7 is 9. 4 plus 2 doesn't work because both the numbers aren't the same. Let's look at this last row. I see a 2 plus 8. I see if I flip that, I get 8 plus 2. I know 2 plus 8 is 10, and 8 plus 2 is 10. 8 plus 1, the 8's the same, but the 1 is different, so that one doesn't belong. That concludes our lesson today on the commutative property of addition.